I reminisce. Yeah. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October. A toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows.
We are back, Laces Out Podcast. Got my peoples with me. Oh, episode 17, I believe. Season 2. This
Crazy.
is we're getting close to. Well, actually, no. This is the end of the season of the final of the fantasy season. Excuse me. I got my boys with me. I got Jim. I got Reg with me. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy
By the
New
way,
Year.
according to Larry David, today is the last day that you can say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's a little late, frankly, for the Happy New Year's, you know?
Why? Just happened a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, that's too long. Statute of limitations is kind of run out on the New Year's. 3 days. Plenty.
3 days.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
And you know Larry's a goat. So whatever he says, that's it.
Real quick, how did you guys spend your New Year's? Anything special? You do anything crazy?
Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I went to a local bar with my wife that we go to all the time, and the way they do it is you pay $100 for your ticket, but the money that you pay goes towards your bill. So basically, even though me and Vanessa gave $200, like a total of $200, that goes towards our bill. So, you know, me and Vanessa, we don't go in like that. Like, we were just hanging out. We had like a little bit of food. We had like a couple of drinks, and it was getting towards the end of the night, and we weren't that close to spending the full 200. So I had to go hit him with that top shelf order, and
that Macallan,
and ordered that Macallan 18.
Right.
So I ended the year pretty good.
Okay, cool. Reg, what about you?
It was pretty tame, man. Stayed in the house, watched the ball drop, you know, lit something up, brought the new year in, you know.
Okay, all right. So slow motion for you as well. I stayed at home. Yeah. Stayed at home with my wife and my daughter, and it's our first time staying up past really 12 o'clock. Watch the ball drop on TV. I mean, you know, I got some party hats and some glasses.
With her though, was she excited?
I mean, she was excited because she got to play with the hat and the noise makers.
but not actually the ball dropping.
Nah.
I got a question. Do you do it? My dad, you know, because like little kids, they see like the adults, they pop the champagne and all that stuff. So what my dad used to do when I was young,
sparkling cider.
You get the Martinelli's sparkling cider.
Yep.
Pop that.
Yeah. I mean that was it, man. We just slow motion. By the time the ball dropped, I know I said I would probably be asleep, but I actually stayed up this time. Right after that, I was done.
Nice.
So yeah, it was slow motion. Anyway, let's get to it.
We getting older. That's what that means. We getting older.
Yeah, basically. Laces Out League. Listen, we got a two-time champ. We got a two-time champ.
It's crazy.
And more importantly, he won 2 years in a row. So, sister Christian McCaffrey, Mark, congratulations on the win. He beat New Jack Hustlers in the final. Matter of fact, I'm off script. I was supposed to talk about Week 16. We didn't talk about Week 16, so let's talk about the match. Let's talk about the match that led to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the talent. This is the man that tells us he gonna leave us.
So since I'm the stat person right here, I know we're talking about Week 16, like Week 16 and everything, right? But I just need to bring this up because this is very unique to Lyle's league specifically.
Okay.
So Sister Christian McCaffrey had the third least amount of points for him on the year going into the playoffs. The fact that he's even in the playoffs is crazy.
Word.
And this is why the no buy thing is such a crazy thing for this, because he went from a shitty score every week basically to averaging like over 170 for each of the 3 rounds of the playoffs. That's fucking insane.
Showed up at the right time, yo.
Yeah, no, you know who showed up at the right time? Joe Flacco.
Yo,
That's who showed up at the right time.
Remember, I was saying that Joe Flacco's gonna win somebody a chip.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. He the first, not the first, because we're talking about Week 16. So Week 16, he had the triple stack. Not even
Right.
the regular double side. He had the
Oh, he
he
had
had
Njoku
Flacco
and
He had
Cooper.
Njoku and he had Cooper.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yo, when did Joe Flacco start catching heat? Like 2 weeks ago? Like at the
His
beginning of the
first game
playoffs, right?
in.
No, but
Yeah,
how long
right,
ago was
immediately.
that though?
That was
I
2
mean,
weeks
I
ago.
can tell you.
So that like was that week like the quarterfinal or was it like the last week of the regular
No, it was the
season?
last week before the playoffs.
Okay, yeah.
He's week 14. No, so
Yep.
he started playing week 13.
Okay.
He didn't blow up, but he still had 21 points, which is very solid.
So who
Yeah,
was his
that's-
quarterback before? Who did he bench?
Before, let's see. So that would have been it may have been week 14 that he had. Let's see.
That's a
Week
gutsy
17,
call, man.
14, 15. He played Russell Wilson before that. So he had no choice.
Wow.
So basically, if they didn't sit Wilson, he may not have had a champion. He may not have won his championship.
Yo, that's so no, listen, but you know what though? No guts, no glory, man.
Yeah. So real quick, let's just talk about week 16 games. Man, I'm done today. Hang it up, guys. All right, week 16 recap. Sister Christian McCaffrey, who was the 8th seed starting the playoffs, beat Smooth Operator, which is Walker's team, and who was the 5th seed. He beat them 175-92 to 113-28. Blowout.
Yeah,
Man,
again,
170,
his team was just going off, bro.
Yeah.
He scored 165, 170, what was it, 176, and like 175 in the playoffs. It's crazy.
Yep. And then we got New Jack Hustlers. The 6th seed went against Runs and Throws, the 7th seed, and New Jack Hustlers, which is Ra, beat Rob 154-50 to 120-12. I mean, in all honesty, we really didn't expect much from Rob. His team.
No. The views of Lyle Johnson are not the views of this podcast.
No.
Didn't expect.
I think we listen. I speak for all of us when I say
No. You.
Lau popped the bottle for sure when he lost.
For real,
I know that for sure.
Listen, man, his team didn't belong there. I don't even know how he made it to the playoffs, but he made it. He made it to the second round, but he lost. He lost to the better team, which is New Jack Hustlers. Rock, congratulations, making it to the championship. And then, like we said, we talked about Sister Christian McCaffrey beat New Jack Hustlers 173-06 to 142-98. So congratulations, and congratulations to Ra, New Jack Hustlers coming in second, and congratulations to Walker coming in third place.
And congratulations for all of a sudden remembering that this is a league very quickly, like 30 seconds after the week is over.
Right.
Messaging for the winnings and shit.
All I'm gonna say is this: ain't no three-peats next year, bruh. Ain't no three-peats. We gotta nah. Ain't no. We need a new champ.
This is what I think. This is what I think should happen. I think we could do top 8 teams like we did this year, but like let the last 2 teams be points.
Yep. Something to think about. Definitely something to think about.
So what is it now? It's not points?
No, it's just whoever made it in, whoever squeezed in.
It's by seeding. So look. So for instance,
no, but I thought it's like let's say me and you like have the same record, but if I have more points.
Yeah. No. So if you have the same record, then it's by points after that. But what some other leagues do is that, you know, sometimes like the 8th seed has like shitty points, but just had like a good matchups all year, and a team in like 9, 10, or 11 has like way more points than them. So instead of giving the 8th seed the thing, they give it to like whoever has the most.
No, listen. I'm about points, man. You know me. I don't score a lot. I just traditionally I'm 10 to 7, 17, 10. I don't score a lot, man.
It's like that 2000s Ravens team with Trent Dilfer.
Just give me 3 points. I'm gonna hold that lead, man. That's all I need, bro. That's all I need.
Jim, I'll let you do this next segment. Talk about the pick'em results.
Hey.
Yes. So in week 16, our pick'em results were: Lau was 0-2, Reggie was 2-0, and I was 1-1, and that brought the season totals at week 16 to Lyle at 24-25, Reg at 23-26,
Ooh,
and
you lucky.
I was 30-19.
Oh, nah.
So what we did, even though we didn't have a show last week, is we made it so that Reg and Lyle each picked different teams and had a tiebreaker, so that if the season ended in a tie, we had a way to tiebreak it. But unfortunately, Lyle won last week.
Word, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's your boy.
Championship week, Lyle was 1-0. Reggie was 0-1, and I
First
picked
of
Rod
all,
too. So
yo,
I was
Jim.
0-1.
Yo, Jim, for Lyle to be talking crazy, it shouldn't even been this close.
No, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. This
So,
dude had a lead on both of us.
for real.
So the final totals for the season are: Lyle was 25-25, Reggie was
Break
23, Reg was 23-27, and I was 30-20.
Woo!
Wow, damn.
I gotta come for that next year, yo. For real, bro.
So,
Wait, before you go to this last thing, it wasn't on the thing, but no, wait, never mind. Sorry, no, I think it was on the skit. Forget it. Go ahead.
Okay.
That's my fault.
So that means the next episode that we have, Reg will be doing his punishment.
That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna say.
So stay tuned, everybody.
Yes.
I might not have no internet that day. I don't know. My camera might not work.
Reggie's WebEx account is gonna run out.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them, they suspended me for a couple.
Listen, we got you an AOL free 200 hours of internet disc.
We picked up the AOL disc from C-Town.
I appreciate that.
All right, guys, let's talk about some fantasy players who we're most disappointed in for the year, and some big surprises that we had for the year. I'll let Jim start it off first, because I have to really delve into some, and Jim is the stats person. I'm more of the talent, as you guys know. I say it all the time.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go, yo.
So,
oh my god, this guy.
So Jim, why don't you start us off?
So I have my top 5 that I picked. I do have some honorable mentions. I put a lot of different criteria into it. I was looking at where this player was drafted in our league specifically, not ADP or anything like that. I was just looking specifically for our league, where they were drafted, where they ended up on the overall ranking in their position. And I chose my top 5 from that. So my top 5 this
surprises? You going surprises?
Surprises, yeah. Top 5 surprises this year. I think number 1 is without a doubt should be on everybody's list. Puka Nacua. He was undrafted, and he ended the season as the wide receiver number 5 on the year. So if you had him, I mean, maybe 1 or 2 games here or there he was off, but not so. The fact that you would get an undrafted player or whatever. My second guy was Evans. He was drafted in our league. He was drafted with the last pick in the 6th round, and he's finished the year as the wide receiver number 8. So if you can get like a top 10 wide receiver fantasy wise, and you're getting them pretty much on the 6-7 turn, that's pretty crazy. My third pick is Mostert. Mostert got picked in the 9th round at pick 106, and he finished the fantasy year as the running back 3. And that was with other people there.
That breakfast was crowded.
Yeah. My 4th pick, another one which I think without a doubt everybody should have on their list, was Kyron Williams.
Yep.
He went undrafted, and he ended as the RB5 on the
He
year.
missed like 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. He missed a bunch of weeks. He's gonna be one of those guys that's gonna be interesting next year because I think right now in rankings he's gonna be up there in like the first maybe early second round. But you gotta see what happens. You never know. And then my fifth pick was Rashad White, who got picked.
Oh man, that's my pick.
Yeah, he got picked in the 6th round, pick number 70, and he ended as the RB6. So I don't know who's on your other list. I have like 3 or 4 other special mentions. So if you guys don't pick them, I'll bring them up. But that's my top 5.
You want to go? You want me to go?
You can go.
All right. I don't have rankings or anything, but I'm just gonna go off top. Laporta, tight end from the Lions.
Yeah.
Very you can see why they had no problem letting Hawkinson go.
He was just to let you know, I had him as my special mention, so I'll take him off.
What's his draft position?
He was picked in the 15th round, the 173rd pick of the draft.
And what was he for tight ends ranking?
Keep going. I'll tell you in a second.
So I got him. Surprisingly, Baker Mayfield. I don't know where he ranked, but he balled out this season. And I'm not a Baker fan, but he played well. He played very well. So I'm gonna go off of your list. I'm definitely picking Kyron Williams. Yo, no one knew. Who was the guy before?
Wait, are you ready for this, Reg? Real quick.
I'm ready.
Laporta, tight end 1 on the year.
Oh, in the 15th round, son.
Yep.
15th round, tight end 1.
So far, I got Laporta, I got Baker, I got Kyron Williams. Who did Kyron Williams replace? I forgot. They traded him.
It was Cam.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers. Yeah. Joe, Kyron Williams came in, balled out of control. So I'm not mad at him. And like you said, he missed mad games. And I'm gonna go off your list again.
QB10 for
Baker,
Mayfield.
right?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, it's not at all.
Puka, like the numbers speak for itself. Gotta pick Puka. Like when we heard Cooper Kupp was out, we didn't know who. We thought Van Jefferson was gonna be the guy, or something like that. So you know who else I'm gonna put in there? Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford he's been balling as of late.
Yeah,
scary dude.
My favorite QB.
Stafford was the 10, 11. QB14, but I'm actually surprised, Reg, because your boy, who is also my boy, finished 2. I mean, but I'm not talking about your team boy, the other dude that you talked about him earlier in the season, which I didn't put him in there, but I should have. Jared Goff also, he finished at the QB8.
Yo, listen, that was gonna be, but I wasn't too surprised because I knew he was gonna pop. I got one more. I'm gonna give you. Let me see what position. QB. We got running back. You know what? I'll go off your pick, Mostert.
Okay.
Oh, are we good? All right, perfect. You got my last pick?
Yeah, Mostert.
Yeah, Mostert. Yeah. So we'll allow you up.
Okay, cool. I agree with all of those guys that you guys have said, so I'm gonna try to pick a little differently. Okay. Surprise, Rashid Rice.
He was a good one. He finished. I think he wound up finishing like in the top 20 in wide receivers, and considering
he's
they didn't use him
he's a rookie.
Yeah, they didn't use him in the beginning of the year as much as they used him at the end. And again, draft capital wise, I think he was definitely like somewhere in like the 12th to 13th round.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I think he was picked late. He wasn't picked that early, I don't think.
Okay.
I think Rice was. I think Kadarius Toney was picked before Rice was.
Oh, definitely, 100%. Because I picked Toney. Yeah. I'm gonna pick my boy who Jim drafted in the league, my boy Zay Flowers.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah, that was a good pick. He actually finished. He finished pretty high too, in wide receivers. I think he was like a little bit after Rice was. on the year.
So keep going, Lyle. This guy's AOL disc.
Wait, so you did Laporta, Baker, Stafford,
Laporta, Baker, Stafford, Puka, and
Mostert, right?
Mostert, yeah.
I'm sorry. CJ Stroud, my daughter just came out.
Yo, dope
CJ
pick.
Stroud's another one.
Dope
pick. And he finished high on the year and would have been higher if he didn't get that concussion.
Yep.
Word.
Yep. I'm gonna go. I like Rachaad White a lot, so I'm a little upset that Jim, you used him, but it is what it is. I'm a little surprised by Montgomery's production. You know,
Montgomery,
I wasn't expecting
people were
him.
talking like he was a bum. Like no, he was gonna be a bum. Like
Yeah, not a bum, but I just, when he was in Chicago, I just didn't see that burst that I saw from him.
You know what it is? I had that vision. That so. No, but I get what you're saying. You didn't expect that from him.
And well, everybody thought that they were that the Lions brought in Gibbs to be like the main guy, and that Montgomery was just going to be this guy that was going to get random carries here or there, and then basically it was Montgomery's backfield for a very long time until he got hurt.
So far you got Rachaad White, you got Montgomery, and who else? Oh, you got CJ.
I got CJ Stroud. I got Rice from Kansas City.
Oh, okay. You got one more. So you got one more.
Oh man, I'm gonna say Michael Pittman Jr. because with that quarterback
he's
situation,
so underrated, son. Yeah. He's a very underrated receiver. He has good hands.
So he surprised me this year because I didn't think with his quarterback situation, I didn't think he was gonna produce.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of those guys that's like super talented. That like he's like one of those dudes that you think if he's in the perfect situation, he might be like one of those top 5 guys. And then he's just not in that situation. But I mean, honestly,
he makes the best of what he has, man.
Yeah, I mean, Minshew's a gunslinger. He'll throw like 3 interceptions, not give a hell, and and then wind up throwing like four TDs in a game or something. So he doesn't care. He just keep throwing. Plus,
and it's his job. He's not gonna lose it.
Oddly enough, too, that was like one of the highest scoring offenses in the league, like all year, too.
Who, the Colts?
Yeah, they were like one of the top. Yeah, at least for a while. I don't know if they ended. I don't know how they ended up now, but like for a while, they had one of the top scoring offenses in the league. I'll check right now.
You guys, I'm sorry, Jim. My my little girl is.
No, don't worry about it.
Adulting is hard, my brother. No need to apologize. No need to apologize.
Yeah, they must have fell off at some point because for a while they were averaging like the most points per game, like up to like a certain week, but they must have fallen off because they're down like more towards like the middle of the pack.
Gotcha.
But okay, that's the top 5. So there's 3 guys that neither one of us mentioned in our top 5 that I just want to give some props to. Also, you had Alvin Kamara, who I drafted in the 7th round, last pick of the 7th round, and he wound up being the RB9 on the year.
And missed like 3-4 games, right?
He missed 4 weeks. So,
well, with Derek Carr and the dump offs,
Yeah. His numbers are a little skewed, but even when you still look at it, like overall, his year was much better than you had expected. Amari Cooper had like a pretty good year.
Oh, yeah.
Although he was picked in the 4th round, so that's kind of teetering. Like he's not like you wouldn't pick him really much earlier,
right?
But another guy who wound up falling off, but I just want to mention him as a surprise because he did help keep people alive for like the first 9-10 weeks of the season. Adam Thielen was drafted in the 10th round with the 111th pick.
Yo, he was balling for a hot minute.
He was balling in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but he was balling when Dalton was in.
Mm-hmm. Balling is balling, bro.
Yeah. No. but he helped people out. So I think on the year he ended pretty high, for much higher than I think most people would expect.
No one would have put Thielen in the top. Was he top 25? Top 20?
So yeah, it was something like that. I didn't.
No one would have.
I didn't count those numbers.
Yeah,
I only counted the numbers on the people that I picked for my fantasy surprises.
Right?
Okay, so now we have the top 5 fantasy duds. This one's a little bit different because I think it's a little bit subjective, because I think there's some people that I'm gonna have, like, there's a couple of people on my list.
I got 4 off the top of my head.
Yeah, so this is the thing, and I just want to preface this. There's people that I put on my list that when you look at their overall numbers for the year, they don't kind of look that bad. But if you really drill down, like, there's like some weeks in here that skewed numbers. And then 2, the bigger issue for me is at the position you draft them at, I don't think they performed for that position, for that like high of a draft pick. So my number 1 person on this list is the person that I love to hate in fantasy, and that's Eckler.
Word. He got drafted high.
He was picked 5th overall in the league, right? And I didn't do this with every player, but here are just some names that outscored him and got drafted much later.
Rashad,
Gus Edwards.
Holy crap.
Jalen Warren, Jerome Ford, and Isaiah Pacheco. So like these are guys that you could have, like, I'm not saying that you don't pick Eckler at that thing, because most people probably
could have drafted Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, there's the thing. So yeah, I did that. My second one is a guy who I'm actually a personal fan of, and I think it's less that he sucked and more of the team scheme and not using him correctly.
I know you're gonna say
Tony Pollard is number 2. I got Tony Pollard at number 2. Again, Ford, Pacheco, Cook, Rashad White, all drafted much later than Pollard, and scored more points.
You got to blame Mike McCarthy for that.
Then I got so I mean, this is a little bit of cheating, but I just threw Chubb on there. I know it's all due to injury, but like, you know, for a second pick, and
he ruined a lot of people's season.
Yeah, he ruined a lot. And then to end my list, I got a stack of Mahomes and Kelsey.
Oh, for sure.
Kelsey's actually so this is the thing. Kelsey's actually the number 2 tight end on the year, points wise. But I would say he got drafted 6th overall, and the next tight end that got drafted after Kelsey didn't get drafted until pick 42. So the fact that he got drafted as the 6th player, even though he is the tight end too, I feel like you could have like the pick wasn't warranted at the production. Like, you expected him to produce much more than he did.
right.
And then Mahomes, again, like he actually got picked lower than I thought he did. He got picked on the 9th. He was with the 19th pick this year.
But it's still Mahomes, though.
But still, yeah, it's still Mahomes. Right. And I think he would have figured, even though he finished decently high on the year, he didn't put up those weeks that you would expect from Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Reg, you want me to go?
You go. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm gonna pick one because it's personal. Miles Sanders.
Oh yes.
I picked him.
He had a great season.
I picked him round 5. I think the 7th or 8th pick. And let me tell you some names that went after him. Breece Hall, David Montgomery.
Shit.
Javonte Williams, Rashad White.
Probably Jerome Ford.
Yeah, Jerome Ford.
Assuming maybe Pacheco.
Come
here, bro.
By the way, but before you go on to your next thing, Isaiah Pacheco has to be the funniest runner in all of football.
Yep.
But then you see, we talked about the safety.
Yes, he is. He runs hard.
He looks like a cartoon character. He looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
I'm gonna splice the video in.
You run like Mega Man.
Yeah,
like that, yo.
This guy runs like a cartoon character. It's crazy.
Dude, he got something to prove.
Another one of my guys. I'm sorry, I can only go with my guys. Terry McLaurin, man.
Oh, Scary Terry, for real.
I was actually gonna put him on my list.
Yeah.
But the wound was still too.
It's still open.
I mean, Jim mentioned Kelsey, but I think that's a great pick.
No, you need to say his proper name, Mr. Taylor Swift. That is his
whatever
name.
whatever you want to call him. Tyler Lockett. I feel like Tyler Lockett has had a down year as well.
I wasn't expecting much from him, so
no.
He's like a wide receiver number 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
You just a fan. That's what it is. So far, who you got? You got Scary Terry. You got
Sanders.
Miles Sanders. You
got
Kelsey and Lockett. So one more.
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
No pressure.
It's easy. I got 2 Kansas City Chiefs. Kadarius Toney.
There you go.
He
don't deserve a Super Bowl ring.
He was supposed to be the guy this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to be his breakout season.
And he ended up being on waiver wires for most fantasy leagues.
He was getting dropped weekly.
Yeah, so
he really is.
Those are my guys' disappointments. I'm sure I can think of some more. But Reg, what say you?
Oh man, Kyle motherfucking Pitts. I'm never drafting that dude again. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not. I'd rather leave the tight end spot empty than for me to use a draft pick on him and his teammate Bijan Robinson. Also, I don't know if I'm not gonna draft him again, but huge bust. Huge.
Wait. What about your boy? Because we might as well round out that team. How about Cordarrelle Patterson?
Oh, listen. Man, don't get woo! PTSD in this motherfucker. But we're gonna stay on the same lines with running backs. Jonathan Taylor, another one. So far I got Kyle Pitts, I got Bijan, I got Jonathan Taylor. Who are two more losers? Let me think. Yo, you know who was supposed to have a breakout? I want to say the cusp, George Pickens. I expected more out of him. No, I did. Because you see the talent. When you watch him play.
He had a couple of good games recently.
No, but he has that's recently.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to like remember what we just said about Tony?
Yeah.
Kyle Pickett. They got rid of Claypool for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So George Pickens. So that's
I'm pretty sure there was even talks at the beginning of the year about dealing Deontay Johnson too.
There was, because he's sus. He's wild sus. His hands are sus. Wild sus. Let me see. One more player. Let me see. QB. No, I'm not. Y'all picked him already. Wide receiver. Let me see. What run? Oh, let me see. You know what? I'm gonna go with Jim. And that Eckler pick, he was drafted too motherfucking high, man.
Yeah, because considering where most people draft him, I agree with
you.
Jim.
He was drafted like 4, top 5.
Yeah.
He was the fifth pick in our league this year.
No. Sorry. I'm gonna take that back. You know fucking who? His goddamn teammate, Quentin Johnson. That's who's a dud.
Yeah, but people drafted him.
Listen,
I think I drafted him with my 13th pick.
There was some intel there, and especially after Mike Williams going down.
Right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I would, because for some reason this year in both leagues that I was in, the 2 main leagues that I deal with, I picked a ton of rookies this year. I had 4 rookies on each team after the draft.
I have no problem picking rookies. I'm fine with picking rookies as long as you produce.
Right. I hear you. I definitely hear you. Any other honorable mentions that we want to discuss real quick?
Oh no, I didn't draft him. I thought I drafted him. Maybe it was in the.
You have any?
Kyler Murray was a little disappointing.
He played a month? What do you expect?
I mean, to be fair, he didn't have his best wide receiver for most of the time.
Yeah.
Who's? Oh yeah, Hollywood, right?
Yeah. So, but he was a little disappointed. I drafted him in the chat league, and
Because you swore you had some intel, like, oh, he gonna come back and
I
be
mean,
like Joe Flacco. That's what you thought.
yeah, I really
thought.
thought he was gonna pull a Joe Flacco towards the end of the year when he came back, Hollywood healthy, and it didn't pan out that way. So I kept him on, and that probably cost me some wins in
But
the
listen,
league.
let me tell you something. If there's someone like, okay, perfect example. People probably laugh when you see like a Joe Flacco getting picked. And look, a cat is winning the chip. You got to go with your gut. If that's who you feel your guy, draft him, get your guy.
Yeah.
So I actually have one that I just completely forgot about until now, and it's not that he's a great player, but the way he played last year, especially the way he ended last season and everything. I feel like there was like a lot more high expectations for him this year, even before he got injured. But Daniel Jones was such a disappointment this year because the one thing that you got to remember is that there's two types of good in football. There's good NFL players and then there's good fantasy players. Right. And regardless of like how good of an actual NFL quarterback Daniel Jones is, which I think he's trash, but he was a good fantasy player because he ran
threat.
And he had the thing. So he was like the end of last year, he was getting like some good points, and like I actually drafted him in one league, and he screwed my season up. For like I basically after like week 4, I had to start like streaming quarterbacks like the whole season. So it's like it was just so annoying. I don't know what it is this year. Even before all the injuries happened to quarterbacks, it was hard to find quarterbacks on the waiver wire. Like a lot more people had multiple quarterbacks on their team this year than any other season that I've seen, and that was even before the injuries started happening.
I think people just like the security of having two quarterbacks on their team in the event that the quarterback does get injured or it's just a bad matchup. Me personally,
let me tell you. Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you my strategy.
I don't really care to have two quarterbacks because I would rather have another positional player, a running back or wide receiver, or in the fact of this season that just passed, a tight end, because tight ends are so fucking shitty. I'd rather have two tight ends, especially if I don't have a top one. I'd rather have two tight ends than a quarterback because I know I can find a quarterback to at least get me 15 points at very least. Which
is gonna be hard for you to get a tight end to get you 7. Like that.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's just it all depends on your strategy and what you feel is more important.
So for me, I keep 2 QBs for trading purposes only. Like someone's gonna go down. You're gonna need a player, and I'm gonna need a player. So
I've infamously traded with Reggie for a quarterback.
Yeah, no, that's my thing.
Got killed for the trade and won a chip because of the trade.
Yep.
The reason I also do it is this: I check the waivers. So I'm like, all right, if I trade, I can still get someone decentish, and that's my backup. I'm good. So that's how I do it.
Right. Okay.
By the way, speaking of trades, I just wanted to mention. I meant to mention this like earlier in the season, like closer to the trade deadline, about like crazy trades and everything. So I know Lyle doesn't watch this show, but I know Reggie watches The Office. So I've been rewatching The Office, right? And there's an episode where 2 of the guys are talking. It's like Daryl and the first dude that the receptionist was dating. I forget what his name is.
Andy.
No, not that one.
Gabe.
No, the one that Pam was dating before Jim.
Roy.
Roy, yeah. So Roy and Daryl are talking, and they're talking about their fantasy league, and this is literally what the conversation is. Roy goes to Daryl, "Oh, I can't believe you traded Sean Alexander. He's like the best running back in the league." And Daryl's answer was like, "Oh, but I needed a defense."
I can't believe you traded Sean Alexander, man. I had to. I needed defense. Come on, Sean Alexander. He's the best back in the league. It's defense. Oh, no. That's not worth it. It is worth it. Are you kidding? You wait.
Imagine trading a top running back in the league for a defense.
You know what?
Sounds like Ra.
Someone in the chat league would do it. Somebody in the league would do it.
I need to know who wrote that into the script, because whoever wrote that into the script knows that fantasy football exists, but does not know fantasy football.
Exactly. Like they have a glimpse of it, but they don't understand it fully.
Oh man. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about as far as players that blew up or had surprises or disappointments before we move on?
No, the only thing I will say is that I know, like, sometimes some numbers are skewed because people have like huge weeks, and they'll finish the end of the year, they'll finish higher than what their average for each week was. Like, it might be one, like they may have scored like 60 points in a week, but then like there was like 5 weeks where they scored like 4 points a piece. But it's funny, like just looking at the stats on some of the surprises, like as a person who in different leagues owned both Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, they were much higher than I thought they were on the end of the year list for total points, which is crazy.
Not for nothing. I think those two players were consistent. I mean, Breece may have a little inflated numbers every now and then because I think towards the end of the season he's had some better games, but
yeah,
he got Cook up out of there.
Garrett Wilson has been consistent for the most part. He's giving you at least 9 to 12 points a game consistently, right, Jim?
Yeah,
pretty much. So
he was doing good. But by the way, Cook's probably going to wind up winning a championship this year.
He's probably going to go to Buffalo and be with his brother.
That wouldn't be a bad signing if he just wants to be on a team. If some team thinks that he actually, because I watched him play. There were like he had a burst this year. He can still catch. He can block.
I saw a story today where it's between Dallas and Baltimore.
I would like to see him on Baltimore.
Breaking news, we are interrupting the Laces Out podcast right now to say that not even 24 hours after this episode filmed, the news did come down that Dalvin Cook did indeed sign with the Baltimore Ravens. Good job, fellas.
Dallas?
Because Dallas don't know how to use those type of backs. He's not a big using guy.
Agreed.
Yeah. But,
Okay, cool. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk NFL. A lot has happened in the last 2 weeks since we last talked. Let's talk NFL. Let's talk about some Super Bowl predictions. Who you guys got in the Super Bowl? Just curious. First, give me your regular Super Bowl pick, and then we're gonna go dark horse Super Bowl pick, which is basically, I don't know, two teams that just have a long shot of winning.
Oh wait, so you wanted just two teams for the dark horse, and not like you wanted like just a weird Super Bowl then for the for the dark horse
a weird Super Bowl.
All right. So I gotta pick one second. So I'll give you the dark horse in a second, but I don't remember what episode it was. It was probably like 3 or 4 episodes ago that I said that this was going to be the Super Bowl, and I'm sticking with it. And now it's like just the generic pick, but I think now it's definitely Niners Ravens. I think that's like the generic pick, but I also said this like weeks ago before the Niners and the Ravens even played. So so we'll go there. For my dark horse picks, I don't even know who. You know what? All right, my dark horse picks, I am going to go Dolphins-Browns.
Okay.
No, wait.
You can't do that. That's both the two AFC teams.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I'm not to cut that out.
Yeah, way to go, Lyle.
This is what happens when you don't prepare two teams.
Lyle is like, yes, amazing.
Listen.
Why you blaming me? He's the one who said it.
No, but you didn't correct him. You supposed to know.
Listen, Reggie. This might happen next Christmas on Groundhog's Day.
That's an insider. That's what we call it in the business.
That's what we call bringing it back.
Oh man,
I like the way you think, my brother. I like.
So we got Cleveland.
Joe Flacco
you know what?
really
You
going
know
to
what?
the playoffs.
I got Browns Lions.
All right. Okay. So Loud, you go, and then, or you want me to go?
Okay. So for my actual Super Bowl prediction, I'm going as well with Jim. I'm going Falcons, Niners,
What?
And
Falcons, Niners.
Oh my
no,
God.
not Falcons. I'm sorry.
I gotta go. I gotta go. Jim did not say that. Jim did not say that at all.
I'm sorry. Ravens.
These are just
Ravens.
You got the wrong fucking bird.
Yo, they both fly. Listen, they both fly. Eagles fly.
Do you know what conferences are? NFC and AFC.
Hold on, how come you didn't do this to Jim? How come you didn't do this to Jim?
Because I'm gonna tell you why. You just said I'm going to pick what Jim picked. So Jim didn't pick that. That's what. So.
All right, listen. All right, enough, son.
This last episode is going off the rails.
The editing gonna be crazy.
Listen, I got the what's the name of this team? The Ravens. Ravens Niners. And I'm picking the Niners to win the Super Bowl. Okay. Now my dark horse, I'm going Buccaneers.
Oh wow.
Versus the Bills.
Hey, that is okay. Listen. You're gonna do dark horse. That's a dark horse pick.
Bills lose at the end on a field goal.
Bills
wide right.
Wide left.
Wide right.
Bills win.
Listen, y'all know my Super Bowl pick. The San Francisco 49ers versus the Baltimore Ravens. Niners with the win. And CMC and Purdy are co-MVPs. I said it first.
Co-MVP.
Wow.
MVP
now,
stack.
For the dark horse pick, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go Rams versus Browns.
That's a good one.
I like that, yeah.
Stafford is a problem, yo.
Yo, I've been telling y'all.
Stafford.
Wait.
I didn't realize he wasn't healthy last year.
Listen, I don't know how it would shape up in the playoffs, but wouldn't it be crazy if Flacco had to beat the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl?
To get to the fucking Super Bowl, yo.
Yeah.
Yo,
that would be fucking. Yo, that would be bananas.
If that's the AFC Championship, bro, we have to live stream that game. Like, we have to do it. we have to do, even if it's for like a quarter, like pop up on halftime. Like, yo, this is crazy.
Okay, real quick question: Who's the regular season MVP right now?
Lamar.
In real football.
Real football.
Yeah, I think it's Lamar. I think he's having one. I think even though his stats aren't there, like he's not leading in anything specific. The only way I can compare it is you remember those years when like Jason Kidd was like up for MVP, but it was just because he was just like affecting every game, not because he had like the most points or assists or anything. Mm-hmm. Like that's what this reminds me of. Like Lamar's just winning games. He's showing people he can throw the ball.
He can throw.
Yep. He's unbelievable. And I had him. So he was my quarterback.
So are we done with the Brock Purdy talk?
Yo, MVP? I don't even understand why he wasn't even in that conversation. Anyway. Like I didn't, and I'm a Niner fan. CMC was, but he had a bad game last week. So Lamar, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted Tyreek to get it, but he's not going to get to 2,000 yards now, and he just
he was supposed to put up numbers like the past couple of games to be
You know what's crazy? So I know he played like this week, but I don't know if you heard, like in the news this morning, there was a fire at his house, and they showed Tyreek leaving practice, and Tyreek was leaving practice in the boot still. So I think he's been wearing the boot like
I think it's
during the
protective
week.
measures, though.
Yeah, no, I think it is too. But like it's crazy that he's wearing this boot and then just winding up playing like during the
Now, is the
thing.
game Saturday or is it Sunday?
There's no Monday. This is 2 weeks in a row, right? There's no Monday. Is there no Monday games this week again?
So there's probably a Saturday game. If there's no
That
no
means
Monday
Saturday
game,
games, right?
there's a Saturday game.
Okay, so this is week 18, right? There's
Sir.
2 Saturday games. It's Steelers, Ravens, Texans, Colts.
Not
And
interested in either one of them.
then yeah.
You none of that shit, right?
I'll watch the Steelers Ravens game just because I'll watch a little bit of it. It's on Sunday. Texans Colts I don't really care for. This week there's no real like crazy good games. I know there's some games that are meaningful, but there's no crazy good games. The Bill, I don't know if you saw on the chat earlier today, in the league chat, but there's a scenario where the Bills don't even make the playoffs.
It's weird. Like, even if they win, they gotta someone gotta lose. Someone gotta they have to win. The Jags have to lose. And
they need to win, number one.
Yeah, so
they do, but no, I think Walker posted it.
Yeah,
it's like 5 different scenarios. But even the winning one, it's like it's mad difficult. They gotta win, and then someone gotta lose and then win.
So the way it works out is if the Bills win, they're in the playoffs. It's just seeding. Right. So like if they win, and then like both I think the Steelers and the Jaguars lose, they're like the 2 seed. But if they win,
can they still
those teams win.
No, I think that's over.
I think that's over. I think Miami clinched that last week.
Yeah, so Miami clinched.
But the main thing is I think if Buffalo loses, and I think I don't know if the other two if the other 2 teams have to win or if just one of those 2 teams had to win. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up right now. I'll put it up on the stat. Okay, so here's it. If they win, if the Bills win, if the Bills win, they're the number 2 seed. It looks like, regardless of if the other teams win or lose. If all 3 teams lose, Bills, Jags, Steelers, then the Bills will be the 6th seed. If the Bills lose and either one of those other team wins, but not both of them, the Bills will be the 7th seed. And then if the Bills lose and both the Jaguars and the Steelers win, the Bills miss the playoffs.
That shit is wild stressful.
So just to let you know, the Bills play the Dolphins. Dolphins, I don't know if they care about that game or not. They may still care just for whatever reason, but that's definitely a losable game for the Bills. The Jaguars play the Titans. Jaguars could easily beat the Titans. And the bigger one is just the Steelers and Ravens. I don't know if the Ravens care for that game. If they do care for that game,
no, because Huntley started. Lamar's not playing.
Yeah. So the Steelers might win that game. So there's a good chance that
can the Steelers make the playoffs? The Steelers can make the playoffs, right?
The Steelers are 9-7. I think they might be able to make the playoffs.
Crazy.
Steelers are not.
When Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, Steelers are not eliminated yet. Jacksonville's still fighting for a playoff spot.
What about the Texans?
The Texans are still in it technically. That division, Jacksonville, Indy, and Houston are all 9-7.
Colts are not in it, right? Or Colts are still?
Yeah, the Colts are in it too. Yeah, they're all 9-7, fighting for a playoff spot.
It's going to be interesting this week. It really is.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is one of those.
You know what though? What I'm gonna say is this. Remember before, this week was kind of like a throwaway. These games matter.
Yep.
Which is good.
Yep. Which is what they wanted. I know I discussed it briefly about the other league that I wanted to start. Reg has no desire. He looks
No. That's not what I said.
He looks disinterested already as soon as I brought it up.
The person that's bringing it up has 0 time now. That's why.
He's right. He's actually.
Someone thought the meeting started at 8:00.
Listen, there's no reason to put our business on Fresh Shoes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, keep it within the family.
This is the last episode. This is where it all comes out.
Anyway, I'm interested in starting another league. It's a free league. It's a guillotine league. I sent the rules out. I'm not going to talk about it in full right now, just because time constraints. But if you guys want to know,
concept. It's a dope concept.
Yeah, if you guys want to know a little more information, just hit me up or say I'm interested, not interested, this, that, and the third. And another thing that we're thinking about doing is doing a show at least once a month, or when more football things happen after the end of the season. So the Super Bowl, playoffs, and things like that, draft,
maybe the Pro Bowl, maybe
the Pro Bowl. Yeah, we'll see. So hope you guys stay interested. We're going to start doing some more promos, trying to see if we can get some more viewers for the Laces Out podcast. And the Laces Out podcast is trying to expand a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more than just for the Laces Out League. So I hope you guys continue to watch, continue to support, and we appreciate you. You guys have anything to say before we head out?
I just want to say that as the winner of the Pick'ems, I have already decided what our league name thing is going to be this year, but I've been prohibited from telling anybody. So you can thank Lyle over there.
Listen,
and just for future reference, I already have like 8 team names. So anybody who's struggling next year, $5. I got you.
$5 fab. He wants $5 fab.
$5 fab. I got you.
Yeah. I think that's it. Reg, anything to say?
Great season as usual. I'm not just saying this. The podcast is great. I love doing it. You know, it's stressful, but it breaks up the monotony. It's a dope. I'm loud. You outdid yourself. Real talk. It's fun. It's real fun.
Yeah,
I like it.
I real quick. I just want to piggyback off that. Listen, we all have busy lives, and for us to dedicate like an hour or so out of our time really to, come home from work. You guys know how it is. You just want to relax, do what you usually do. So I appreciate Reg for actually, and Jim for taking the time out and doing this week after week after week and trying to just give the viewers out there some content. And we're trying to do something. Who knows where this goes? So I appreciate you guys for actually taking the time out as well. So I just want to say that, and Laces out. Peace.
Your little footballs.
Laces out.
I'm so listen. I wear my pants below my waist and I never dance when I'm in this place, cause you and your man is planning to hate. I'm so hood, and I got these goals up in my mouth. If you get closer to my house, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm out the hood, and if you feel me, put your hands up. Hood, my hood, can you stand up? Hood, if you not from here, you can walk it out. And you not hood if you don't know what I'm talking about. Everybody want to motherfucker know why I dress so fly, sit so high. I do it for the hood. I do it cause I could. Heavy stars in my jeans, please. 4X in my white tee. Living life like a G, that's why these wanna fight with me. But I ain't gonna play with them. Rather than the AK hit them. Talk, get up, and put on ice for the rest of their life. I'm straight out the hoods, bruh. See, that's who I do it for. I'm my low class ghetto word.